Hi guys, myself Vijay Tavadan, and today we are going to discuss how to solve this problem. The problem is like this. Draw the projections of the following points on the same XY line, keeping convenient distance between each projectors. Name the quadrants in which they lie. Point A 30 mm above HP and 35 mm in front of VP. Point B 35 mm above HP and 40 mm behind VP. Point C 40 mm above HP and on VP. Point D 35 mm below HP and 30 mm in front of VP. Now the solution is present over here, which is already created. Now let me show you how to create the same thing in our solid edge software. Now to do so, according to the previous lecture what we have discussed, now let me go to the solid edge, and then the moment we go to the solid edge, this is what the environment we are going to create, and then go to a command called environment called as a drawing. In the drawing, this is the sheet what we are going to get it. According to the previous class, we have to do the sheet setup. Now go to the sheet setup and then select A4 without any backgrounds, make it as save defaults, say OK. Then we have a command called as fit. Now if you forget where the fit command is there, need not to be worried, just go to a help, then just click on the command finder, then type as fit, say enter. It will show what is the symbol of fit and where the fit command is there. Now you can see in the screen it is clearly highlighting where the fit command is at this location. Now by this also you can select the fit. This is how one can easily find out. Then according to the previous class or previous lecture what I have told, in the tools make sure that the alignment indicator maintain relationship should have check mark. Say for example I am going to remove the maintain relationships. Now you can see this is not having a check mark, and just click on the maintain relationship, once again it will disappear. Now you can see that both the things are on. If it is on only, you are supposed to do your drawings. Now let me see how to create a drawings. Now this is the solution what is there, which is already created in your grid box. Now the same solution has to be reproduced in the system. How to do the same? Now you can see we have one XY line which is horizontal in position, and there are four perpendicular lines which are drawn to XY line, which are called as projector of A, projector of B, projector of C and projector of D, and mentioning X and Y and A dash A, B dash B and C dash C, D dash D, and in which quadrants the point A lies, point B lies, point C lies and D lies. So these things, how to reproduce it, that we are going to discuss in the present lecture. Now how to do the thing? Now let us go to the solid edge. Then to draw a line, we have a command called as line. Now let us go to a command called as line. Now since I wanted to draw the XY line and the constructional lines, go to a command called as, so in the command line, select the line thickness. The line thickness by default it is 0.5. I want to change it as 0.13 mm. Now press the left click of the mouse approximately at the middle of the sheet, then move the mouse towards the right hand side. Now you make sure that we are going to get the symbol called as the horizontal or vertical. Now if this symbol is not appearing in your screen, make sure that go to tools, in the IntelliSketch the relationships must be on. If it is on, then only that relationship will be shown to you. Now you can see this is called as a horizontal line. Now whatever the line I am going to create, it is called as an horizontal line. Once this horizontal line has been created, now we can see the first projector is drawn above and below the XY line, and second projector is above the XY line from the XY line, and third projector is also starting from the XY line, it is drawn only above, and the fourth projector is drawn only below the XY line, which is starting from the XY line. This is how we have to create the lines first. Now let me show you how to do the lines. Again go to the line command. Since this is a projectors, the projector thickness should be again 0.13. Now the first line is above the XY line and coming below the XY line. Now you can see it is having certain angle, but it is not perpendicular or vertical. Now this is called as vertical symbol, and it is also perpendicular to the line which we are going to draw. Now this is the first line what we have drawn, And the second projector, now you can see this is a symbol called as point on element. Starting from this line, the one more projector is going to be drawn at the above the xy line, and the third projector was also above the xy line. Let me draw it above the xy line, and the fourth projector was below xy line. Starting from xy line, the again point on element, just draw a line. Now you can see the dotted lines what we are going to get here. This is called as alignment indicator, which is going to show you the horizontal or a vertical position of the end points, that we are going to discuss a little later in the projection of points. Now I have just created a lines which are similar to these projectors, but it is not having the accurate dimensions. Now to create an accurate dimension, before that let me position the points as you can see here, because the point has to be located there. Now to locate a point, we have a command called as point. The point will be present along with the line command. Go to the point, then when I locate a point here, it should be visible properly. Henceforth, the thickness of the point is going to be increased to 2 mm, whereas the xy line, projector line thickness, dimensional line thickness should be 0.13 mm. Now I will select a point, the thickness of the point should be 2 mm, and where the points must be kept, now at the end point of this line, at the end point of this line. Now let me keep a point, just move the cursor here, this is called as point on element, just keep moving. Now you will see the end point symbol. Once again, if you have a doubt what is the symbol and where it is available, don't worry about it, go to tools, sketch, and you will find a relationship. If you want, you can make a note of these things in a piece of paper. Now I will place it at the end point of this line, and I will place it at the end point of this line. Now you can see the first 2 points has been located. The next 2 points, now you can see one is at this location, one is at this location. Here at present we are not considering the dimension. Just move the cursor here. Just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. This is called as midpoint. Don't keep it at midpoint. And this is a point on element. You can place it at any point over there, and then the end point here, and then the second projectors, the second point has been generated. Then the third one, C dash is here and C will be here, which is not displayed here, what we are going to display now, and then D and D will be here. Now let me show you how to do the same thing. At the end point of this line, locate a point. At the end point of the bottom, locate a point, and then one point is point on element over here and the end point. Now this is what the projectors which we have to position it. So on the projectors the points has to be displayed. Now we are not yet shown at what dimension these lines were created. Now to do so, we have a command called as distance between. What is the meaning of distance between? The distance between any two things. Now in distance between, now you can see this is what the ribbon bar which is going to show you. By default it will be 1, let it be 1. This is a scale factor which you are not going to change it. And now you can see this is called as driving. The driving should be always having on, that is nothing but the orange color indication must be there. If this orange is not there, then whatever you are going to draw will not be according to the things. Now just escape it from the command. Then I will show you the changes what is going to happen. I just switch off the maintain relationships. I will go to the distance between command. Now you can see the drawing itself is completely eliminated. Now whatever the dimensioning you are going to do, you are going to get a dimension, but it is going to be an uneditable dimension. Henceforth, go to tools, switch on the maintain relationships, and then go to the distance between command. If it is switched off, then only switch on, otherwise don't do anything. Then make sure that this drawing should be on. On means it is highlighted by orange color. If it is not highlighted by orange color, the driving is off. Make sure that these settings must be there. And what is going to happen, I will going to show you a little later, not now. Go to this distance between command. The distance between the end point of a line with respect to an xy line. Now you can see it is going to show you the vertical height. Now this vertical height, where it has to be placed, on the right hand side or the left hand side, it is according to the wish of our drawing we can place it. Press the left click of the mouse, the dimension has been appeared. Now in the same fashion, just click on the bottom also, it will come just below the same line. Then press the escape key or go to the select here. Now you can see the dimension it is showing as 36.62, and 37.74. But what is the required dimension? Above the xy line it is 30 mm, below the xy line it is 30 mm. Go to the solid edge, then change the dimension. Now this is supposed to be 30, enter 30, and this is supposed to be 35, enter 35. Now you can see the dimensions has been changed accordingly. Now what is going to happen if the drivings are not there, or if this maintained relationship is not there? To the second one I am going to show you. Now you can make sure that the maintained relationships has switched it off. Then I'll go to the distance between command. The distance between command, I'll select this point and an XY line, and I'm going to locate a point. Now you can see this is not the black color. The black color dimension is the only editable dimension. This is called as cyan. Cyan color is not an editable dimension. I am just going to show you, don't worry about it. Just click on this line and project the another dimension. Now you can see these dimensions are 35 and 40. Now let me change it. Let me click on this dimension and make it as 35. Now I have entered the value as 35. Now you can see the dimensional figure has been changed to 35, not the distance of points. And I'll click on this one, and this 45 I am going to make it as 40. Clearly observe it, the dimensional figure only is getting changed, not the points. Henceforth this is what the error you are going to get it if you are not having the maintained relationships. Now I'll switch on the maintained relationships and I am going to redo the things. I switched on the read maintain relationship. I'll redo the things. Go to the distance between command, the distance between this point and an XY line. I'm going to place the dimension over here, and then the next dimension I'm going to place it like this. Then how to do this one? Just click on this dimension and change the value to 35. Now you can see it has changed it to 35. Now this 45.59 is there. Select that one and make this as 40. Now you can see the point and the line, everything is getting changed. This is what the importance of maintain relationships. Now the second projector points has been completed. What is the third projector things are there? The third projector is C dash and C, it is at a distance of 40 mm, and the fourth one is 30 and 35 mm. Now how to do the thing, how to do the same, let us discuss it. Now we have a command called as distance between. The distance between this end point to the XY line is 40 mm. Let me make it as 40, and then the distance between this point and an XY line is supposed to be 30 mm. Change it to 30 mm, and then the next dimension is 35 mm. Enter these things, and now you can see whatever the drawing is there, it is according to this one. But we have not yet completed the annotations part. What is annotation part? Writing the names of the points, like which is the front view and top view of the particular points, like A dash A, B dash B, C dash C, D dash D. Now how to do that one? Let me show you. For which we have a command called as the text command. Let me go to a text command. By default it will be in the form of solid edge ISO, but I am familiar with Times New Roman because this is the this font is clearly legible at the printout. The moment you go to the solid edge ISO, it is not that much clear in the printouts. Henceforth we have a practice to go for Times New Roman, and the text height should be 4 and the text scale should be 1, and here the text styles can be changed according to your requirement, but don't do any changes over that. Now let me press the cursor over here. Let me type the X, but the X and Y should be in the caps case. Hence switch on the caps lock in your keyboard and press the letter X over here and press the letter Y over here. Now after which the front view here, it will be named as A dash and the top view will be named as A at this point. Now switch off the caps lock, make it as A dash and make it as A, which is similar to your drawing which is already drawn. Next point is B inside the bracket because it is a second quadrant. In the second quadrant the top view is invisible, henceforth the top view has been inside the brackets, and the bottom point is called as B dash. Now I keep the cursor over here, then shift 9 or the open brackets and then B and close brackets, and replace the cursor once again over here, mention it as B, and then The next one is C dash is at the top, C is on the XY line, which is not shown here. It is a mistake what we have done, and D dash at the bottom. Because D dash here, which is in the bracket, because it is in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, we don't see the vertical plane, hence the front view is invisible. Now here it will be C dash, and this will be C, and here it will be D, and the next point will be inside the bracket D dash, and then we have to show which point lies where. Now let me create a point here. Point A is in first quadrant. Now in the examination we have to write a statement like this: point A lies in first quadrant. Next, in the same fashion, next we have to say point B lies in second quadrant, and point C lies in both second and first quadrant, or first and second quadrant, whatever it may be, first and second quadrant, and then point D lies in fourth quadrant. In addition to this, we also need one more statement. What is the statement? Now you can see this is the dimensional figure. It is just showing the numbers 35, 30, 40, 35, but it has not shown the units of this dimension. Hence, using the text command, we have to give a statement. That is, we have to make a note. What is that note? All dimensions are in mm. This is what the note what we have to created. Now you can see there is no difference between this drawing and this drawing. This is how we have to draw the drawings according to the requirement, and this is the different tools which we have used to create this drawing. Now let me save this file for the future references. Now earlier we have created a learning. Now in the learning file I am going to save a file. Since this is a projection of points, I will save it as projection of points. Now let me save this file. Now it has been saved in a particular file. And once again guys, myself Vijay, and if you find any difficulties, or if you find any doubts, you can call me at this number at any point of time, but please make sure that not the late nights. And also suggestions are always welcome. Thank you guys.